Hello everybody, welcome back live to the Game of Muscle YouTube channel. Before we get going, let's call attention to the people that make it possible, the channel members, and of course the Cult of Muscle, Patreon cultist group of cult. Thank you very much, guys. But we're here for some late night Assetto Corsa. We just had the power trip out due to me making a cup of tea, toasting, and having 3,000 watts of computer equipment all on at the same time. Electricity says no. Hopefully we haven't broken anything. Hopefully nothing got bamboozled by the trip there. Hello, Jim Bob. Hopefully the wheels and everything is all okay. We'll see. Let's get going for some Assetto Corsa. Right. Just turned on the DD there. Literally everything went off. Put on the right profile. Profile 1. It's my Kunos AC profile. Hello, that MKK. Welcome back. Right, we've got the Titus here. Let's put the Formula Rim on. Oh, dear. Yeah. Toaster and slow cooker and PCs and kettle. Too much. Too much for my meager house power supply. Okay. Hello, Antonio Auti. Welcome along, man. We're going to try and get 100 likes per hour here. Third time lucky. Let's see what happens. So if you have just tuned in and you want to contribute to that, give that like button a little caress, a little tickle. Tickle. Get your wheels set up, man. We're already on 13 likes. We're laser beaming it through here. Right, there we go. So, is this all fixed set up? I think so. Yep, we're good. Let's get the soft tyres on now. Oh. Content manager says no. That must have been due to having Content Manager open whilst... let's reload up Content Manager here. The first problem. Controls. There we go. It should work now. Titus at night, not a good idea. I'd rather not. I ended up cooking my tea cakes on the hob. Look here, Chris Legg. Look at me. Be very careful, Mr. Legg. You'll start in trouble. Right, there we go. All set. 7 minutes to get a laser beam lap here. There we go. It's all happening. Whoa, nice tight force feedback. I'm going to turn it down a bit. Do you mean it's the middle of the race? Oh, no. Well, that's not right. We need to restart. I want to do a race here. Restart the race, Chiledog. Gamer King Jong-un has joined. People are just joining in. Restart it, Chile. Restart it, come on. Restart, Chile. Can we have a rewind? Got to get going on this. Alternating current again. Restart. No one's going to vote in race. They never do. Whoa, what's that car drop? There we go. It's car through the floor. Signifies server restart. Perfect. Car upside down, driving through the floor. Only in driving simulators. There we go. Thanks, Chiledog. Amazing that a 60-year-old knows how to use a computer like this. There it is. We're good to go here. The late night racing commences. Nürburgring GP, Titus. we go. This is it. Whoa. I was in the server first, so I get the best pit box. Congratulations, me. Just a cold tyres here. I was thinking of doing a video, Assetto Corsa versus ACC, and it would just cause a raucous. I could go by things point by point. That would cause so much controversy muscle. Why dip your toes in controversy? Oh, you do get a nice picture, Gašper. The reward is the depression for the rest of the evening. Woo! What a prize! Filing account should give you a sticker. There you go. He's probably going to give you one anyway. Hans Schnitzel. $1 trillion. Which is the best sim, hands up? Yeah, there we go. Filing account. I need to get some stickers off you. They look really cool. Orangutan. This is not a bank. Look at these tight. Thanks. Thanks for helping me through my qualifying lap there. Hello, Max Wood. How was it working on the set today? Either Max Wood is a lumberjack or an adult star. I'm not sure. He's one or the other. In both cases, he brings all the wood. Some might say maximum wood. Jeez, why is this? Oh, hang on, I know what I've done here. There we go. I have my brake sensitivity set up for Sean Clarkey mode. There we go, brake's working now. Sean Clark brake sensitivity mode. Anytime you're driving a Sean Clark mod, you have to half your brake sensitivity. Thanks, filing account. Look at the lighting. Here we go. Flying through here. What's the time for you guys in chat? It's 9 o'clock here in the UK's. Start moving into the international zone. Only 10 minutes into the stream and we've got 30 likes. How's that happened? It's almost as if this is a third stream for tonight and we keep having technical problems. That's ridiculous. Hello, Costy. 9:20. Same time as in the UK. East Coast. The time is now. Hello, Danny Wizzle. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining us. Sounds like a... I think that's a... Danny, are you new? Ow. Goodbye. Did you guys realise that whatever the time in the world, the minute time is always the same for everyone? It might be a different hour, but the minutes are always the same. You don't think about these things. But now you have. The minutes are always the same. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Mind blown. For more insightful knowledge, make sure you join the Game of Muscle channel by clicking the subscribe button. Go off to the seaside and sand in the cockpit. That's going to wear us down. I should make a video on that. I don't think many people have thought about that. Okay, well, forget Western India. Shitty screenshots department. The screenshots are awesome. I'm always stealing people's screenshots. Review for the tube, just got here. Get it together. What are the two buttons to recenter the Fanatec wheel? My wheel's slightly off in game. I can't remember what the button is to recenter it. You do the option, I think it's L2 and circle, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it works in game. That's alright, Star Fox. Got one of those alien chips in my head. Oh, you push both sticks, that's it. Let's do that. Thank you, a reviewer for the tube. I knew it was something that you push. Couldn't remember which things you pushed. Ah, Max Wood, good tip. May I suggest, Mr. Wood, that you stick to the adult industry? Your pro tips are not welcome here. Ah, no. Well, we'll get this lap in. I know, we can get another lap in with this amount of fuel. We're okay. Elon Musk sounds like a brand of deodorant, so I don't trust anything he says. Because my virtual mirror is like using the cockpit mirror. Because it's like a real mirror. If that makes sense, it's for performance. Hello, Devon Mulder. Welcome back, man. How does Batman theme music go? Theme music. I don't know how it goes. I can't do Batman music. Musk by Elon. Make you as attractive to the opposite sex as an astronaut. Are astronauts sexy? I don't think they are. If a girl was an astronaut, I don't know. You're not going to see much of them, are you? They're going to be floating around in space all the time. Batman. Well, that's the classic. I was thinking of the films. Well, perfect transcription there, Maxwood. Fair enough. Right, we're one second up here. Oh, Kirby. Slippy curb. '11th. Oh, come on. Terrible lap times here. Got to do better than that. Finally updated to regular Fanatec driver for the Formula V2 rim instead of the damn beta drivers. Ah, great. It's weird, isn't it? All the gear, but no idea. Welcome back to the chat. Gravity was such a stupid film. And I don't know why people thought that was a good film. It was awful. I even watched it in 3D. Still thought it was awful. What is that about? What is it about terrible films being popular? As if they're like genius. Like Gravity, Inception, Interstellar, Avatar. Bloody awful films. The grass looks good. I think they've improved the shader patch again. Made the grass smaller. Because physics. Yeah, but it was still Interstellar was still pretty stupid. Like on the science side of things, it wasn't. It was like that time dilation planet thing didn't make any sense. And like, well, aspects of it did, but aspects of it didn't. Like, if the gravity of the planet is so high, then they're not going to be walking around on it, are they? And then if the gravity is really high, well, not necessarily the planet, but if there's gravitational pull that causes a wave, then it's going to affect the people. And the wave's not going to be really steep like that. The water would... so that's all dumb. Okay, here we go. Flying lap here. Stop complaining about films. I want another Jurassic Park, guys. I really want a Jurassic Park. Just a new film that delivers what Jurassic Park delivered. What a film. What a film. Perfect theme tune. I mean, look, let's just go through Jurassic Park here. Film starts with, like, the best theme tune ever. And that's before you've even got into the film. That's before you've even seen a dinosaur. Unbelievable. And you've got like a helicopter flight into like the jungle, and you've got like a... absolutely incredible. Everything about Jurassic Park, guys. You've got amazing practical effects. You've got a little bit of CGI, but it's done like appropriately. Can we not just make another Jurassic Park film that's actually not Jurassic Park, but... Oh, we've got a slow poke stuck in front of us here. Fantastic. Dead. Sorry for driving into you. Guilty. I was slow. I was faster, but I should have slowed down. Which shaders mod am I using? The latest one from Content Manager. Dead. Guilty. Sim racing movie. Yeah, it's not going to be very exciting, is it? What film came out after 1999 that was good? Let's see. There's got to be a good film that came out after 1999. Come on, guys, help us in chat here. Hey, Scar3SL, you got beta bot. We'll drive a Porsche later. Don't worry, man. Welcome along, everybody that's just joined us as well. Give that like button a tickle smash. 53 people have already clicked it. They're aroused by Assetto Corsa. Who isn't? Oh, there's that new film coming out this month with the new racing film. Looks like it'd be really fun with Matt Damon. Lord of the Rings was good. That was after 1999. I like Lord of the Rings. I mean, it wasn't a good film, but I enjoyed it. Fast and Furious, no, terrible. Terrible film. Ban. No, Batman, Dark Knight, boring. Avatar, terrible. Absolute CGI bollocks. Stupid characters. Ban. Avatar was terrible. The story in Avatar was so stupid, and then the CGI with them all like smoothly moving around. I even watched that in 3D. That didn't save it. I've not seen Deadpool. All the best stories now were like Netflix stuff. Stop! I'm not complaining. Ban. Not banana. Wheel center calibrated. There we go. See if that fixed it or made it better. Hopefully it did. Avatar was great. Maybe if you watched it whilst under the influence of a couple of pints of beer. Hello, Emil Winbow. I don't know. Oh, what? Yeah. It might be a slight lift to get through that corner. If you take it at max speed, you then have to make sure you're lined up for the next corner, like to be lined up for straight braking. If you're maxing it out through there, and you've got any angle when you get on the brakes, the back will go crazy and you can't make the next corner. Men in Black wasn't post 1999, was it? Men in Black was... Actually, I did enjoy Men in Black. That was a good film. Ah, we've had a technical error here. Chiledog. Chiledog. Server fail. I mean, what can I say? This is what happens. There we go. Good job. Good job. I'm in second place. It's skill. Pure skill, guys. Pure skill. Dom GTR's going for the mediums. P22. I'm going to go for the softs here for the race. I see Men in Black was still 1990s. Yeah, it was definitely 90s because I remember playing the game, the DOS game, which was actually quite good. It had loads of like pre-rendered CGI scenes. Okay, we're going softs here. Going in soft. Here we go. Yeah, Men in Black was 1997. We have 170 people watching. If you all click the like button, I'll have an aneurysm. Whoa, we've been pushed! Woo! Come on. Oh, come on. Come on. You... Was that Chiledog? I'm like half a tyre on the road there trying to avoid the accident. It's alright, we managed to recoup it though. It wasn't too painful. This is proper Junior Titus racing right here. Dumb and Dumber was the racecraft through those corners. We're back on it though. That's Eurydice that smashed us there. Come on. There we go, back into 4th place. Chiledog, Eurydice, Dom GTR, Chiledog, top 3 there. Ah, car's not getting stuck in. Come on. A bit more grip from these tyres. Defend the inside line here. Oh, you penis. I mean, it's a nice move. Daniel Austin's had to move out of the way there to not get smashed, but fair enough. You've got to do a bit of a dive bomb to get the pass in there. I'll give him credit where credit's due. It was a nice send. We got Titus darting all over the place in front here. Everyone fighting for draft. Get on the brakes. Try and get turned in early. Get on the power early. Nice close racing up front here. This is what it's all about, guys. AstroTurf slippy. Gotta be careful. Turn it in. Don't get punted in the arse. Try and cut back across. Come on. Come on. Oh! Dead. We just lost 4 cars there. We managed to avoid that. They got on the gas on the AstroTurf too much, and he took the car next to me out. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful there. Automobilista 2 is going to be amazing. We've got to wait a few more months of hype time. And it's going to be really nice. It's going to complement the games that we already play. Got Red Dead Redemption 2's coming out on PC in like 2 days. That looks like that'd be really good fun if you've not played it. No spoilers in chat, guys. I've not played it yet. I'll probably pick it up for PC. We've got Automobilista 2, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Project Cars 3. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, like, it definitely makes sense for them to, if they've got some, like, polish, I think it seems to me as if they just want to get a lot more polish on it. Because they know that there's an audience interest for it. And really, once you've got that initial launch window where you have to release something that's polished, basically. If you don't, then you'll have an initial sale and then you'll get a lot of drop off. The excitement will disappear very quickly if you don't have something polished, and then it's a real uphill struggle to get the audience back. Whereas if you launch with something polished, you then can maintain that momentum a lot easier as a developer. I think you don't have to do as much work in totality because you don't have to try and undo the negatives. Hey, Miguel Lopez. Don't think we're going to be playing Wreckfest tonight, but we do. We will be playing it more because I've got it set up now on my system, so I can just load into it. It's not very popular though for people. People don't seem to enjoy watching it. It's a shame, really. It's fun to play with subs, so. It's weird because you'd think Wreckfest would be more popular, but it's a strange one. Maybe I'll make some more videos on it. I mean, even Jimmy, Broadbenty Breadbox Boy, did a Wreckfest stream, and he normally gets like 100k views now and stuff, and his wasn't getting that many either. It's just very strange. Like if you were to do the exact same thing with like GT Sport or AC or whatever, you just get way more views, just from a pure view perspective. I don't really like the F1 games that much, so not really my cup of tea. Is Train Sim World worth buying? If you like trains and you want something nice and simple with objectives, yeah. If you've already got the previous Train Sim game and you like and the features in that, there's a lot more to do in that. So I'd say Train Sim, the new Train Sim's good for new players that just want to have a. They're just interested in how trains work. But if you're a hardcore train person, you might find it a bit shallow. Hello, Nuunu Markus. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the late night Assetto Corsa rampage here. 8 minutes left. Chiledog in front of us. Dom GTR in front of him. Give that like button a smash, guys. We're on 85 likes. We're absolutely ramshackling through those like clicks. There's no force feedback in Train Sim, unfortunately. The audio is really quiet as well, which is strange. Yeah, it's really good for what it is. I'd say, I mean, I bought it in the sale. I'd say the new Train Sim is the kind of thing where if it was £19.99 with it for the digital deluxe version, it would be worth getting. But for like £35 for the digital deluxe version, it's a bit expensive. Also, the DLC is very expensive. But I mean, at the same time, if you're into trains, it's not expensive. Like if that's the only thing you like, then you won't mind paying for it. It's the same with like flight sims. It's like if you're massively into flight sims, you won't necessarily mind spending £20 for a given airport. Thomas the Tank Engine Shadow. That's for the other Train Sim, Richard. The new one only has like 3. It's probably got like £200 worth of DLC. 96 likes, thank you. We're going to hit 100 likes per hour in 30 minutes. Absolute genius. Oh, yes. Absolutely smashed the curb in there. Chiledog's bloody quick. I need to puncture his swimming pool so he has to patch it up. Try and close the gap here. When did Chiledog get so good at the Titus? Whoa, we got a good line through there. Come on, let's try and mosey this through. It's a really good car track combo, actually. Oh, Chiledog's feeling the pressure. We've slow cooked him. He's going to be breaking apart. The proteins have lost structure. Oh, he's all over the shop. One track's... Yeah, Train Sim's very linear. Whoa, come on. That's true, Larry B. Jesus Christ. Welcome to the worst pun channel. Got a lot of dads in here. 5 minutes left. We're closing. We are closing in on Chiledog. Come on. It's all about the NGK chicane commitment. Chiledog's driving fast because he's imagining that I'm his wife chasing after him to do the dishes. So that's real motivation for him to get away from it. So, oh, he's mowing the lawn. Spot gardening. Chili, have you mowed the lawn today? You're playing those driving games again instead of doing the jobs that need doing around the house. Chiledog, you've got children. You need to act like an adult. Chiledog wife simulator there. Chili wife. Can't call her a chili dog because that's offensive. Hello, Jojo. I always found driving physics in train sim games to be really weird, like you're on rails. Oh dear. Oh, Chiledog is overcooked. He took it too tight. He's off to wash the dishes. Up to second place for me. Chili bitch. Goodbye, Chiledog. You got, if you bottom out the suspension through that, you're done. Now we got Owen Deneen coming up behind us. Oh dear. Let's try and get focus back on here. We slowed down a bit there. Deneen boy getting closer. He's in our draft. Chili wife. Go, come on. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. That's Chiledog. Come on. Ah, nice and smooth. Go. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hang on, why does it say I'm in third place? We should be in second. Oh well. Oh, operation use the underbody. No, he's right in our draft. He's going up the outside there. You can defend the inside line, it's better. Oh, come on. Managed to survive for another lap here. A bit more welly. Jeez. Hello, Gašper. Hang on, you were already in here. I'm confused. Saying hi to someone else. Oh, understeer. Chronic understeer through there. That's not good. Oh, my tyres are wearing out. I think Owen Deneen might be on the mediums. That would explain why I'm struggling so much. Whoa, we've taken it back again. It's not over until the wheels are falling off. And I think they are in the process of falling off. Ah, we should be alright. They're not red. The mirror I'm using is part of shader. It's rendering what's actually there. It's part of the shader patch. Don't know how you go back to the other one. It's gonna be murder. We're gonna have one final lap here. We've got a red rear left tyre. It's literally falling off. Gonna defend the inside line through this. He has way better braking, but we managed to hold off the inside line. Oh, both rear tyres are now red. Oh no. Break up that wake. Okay. Nice and smooth here. We've got to try and keep this gap. He should be a lot faster through these corners if he's got the mediums. Come on. Still got a little bit of a gap here. I'm going Nito. I'm going Nito, Nito. I don't know anymore. Problem is I have to slow down through these. These are the corners where if you've got the grip, you gain a lot of time. We've still got the gap there. Come on for second. Oh, go. Oh, no. Brick wall of muscle. We're still in front. Just side by side through those corners. He's going to go around the outside here. Oh, God. Oh, tyres are gone. Oh, no, I think he's got a penalty, though. Oh, dear. We'll see what happens there with the penalty. Nice driving. Oh, we got one more lap. Was it broken? Got one more lap to do. Oh, no. I thought it was over. It's not finished yet. It's not over yet, guys. Or is it? We had this problem before. I think it might be over. It says leaders on the final lap, but I think it's finished. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening here. Has the race finished or not? We need to fix this. We've got this bug where sometimes it says it's finished and it hasn't, and then other times it says... Our final lap, so this is the final lap. We're good. Last stream on AC, we had an issue where it didn't say the race had finished when it had. The fat lady's not singing. We're still in third place. Scoreboard's broken. We're still getting a podium out of this, as long as we don't lose to Tortellini, who's catching us as well. I have no grip at all. I mean, look, all the tyres are red. You can't even throw caution to the wind with these tyres like this. Oh, Tortellini's coming up behind us. Yes! Third place, I'm happy with that. There we go. Third place. I believe. Let's see on the actual scoreboard. Oh no! Eurydice was first. I don't know what happened there. That's weird. Yeah, Eurydice has got a lap ahead, so we'll say we're in third place there. Dom won that. Owen Deneen third. Bloody confusing. Dom won. Owen Deneen second. We're in third. Tortellini fourth. Chiledog fifth. Marco sixth. The Hitch Slap seventh. Bruce Parker eighth. Gustav ninth. Well done, guys. Penkakiki01 is in 10th there. Thank you for that driving. That's pretty good racing there. I got pump-winkled at the start, but we managed to not lose too many places. Thanks for all those like button clicks. We're on 115 likes. Absolutely spiffing. We changed game and we had my computer shut down. Joe's Lopez, you could just join. You just need to click the subscribe button and the bell, and then you just look for the server. It'll be Game of Muscle password T. We're just going to go to another session now. I think maybe we drive a Porsche or something. So, someone wanted to drive a Porsche. Everything messed up. Sip of the tea. Whilst we wait for the server gods to change the track. We have hit 100 likes per hour. I tell you what I can do. Rather than making everyone go totally deaf, let's do the 100 likes per hour graphic, but let's fix it whilst it's on the screen. So, fasten your eardrums, guys. Fasten your eardrums. There we go. There we go. You're no longer deaf. 100 likes per hour. Thank you, everyone. Is that a better volume? How is your tea brown? Because I leave the tea bag in it, and also the colour on my camera is a bit funky because of the lighting in there. amazing. You are after that. I've turned it down. Oh, I know. I fixed it now. Ah, what we doing? Come on, Chili. You got to hurry up with the server god in here. Chiledog's like a stoned god, taking his time. T's normally bright fluorescent green, court martial. Everyone knows that. Who has credit to invent the 100 lights per hour thing? Me. Credit goes to me. I am the credit. I'm the credit crunch. Ah, nice one, Andreas. Yeah, hopefully with the new time model, I think GT cars will be really fun. Well, I had the softs. So you're saying the mediums didn't work, but the softs didn't work at all. I was driving on 4 red tyres. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Gloveman. Hello, single racer. Hang on, why is groin cam so zoomed in? Hang on. We can improve groin cam here. Oh, I know why, because I had to reboot everything. Get ready, guys. Zoom in on the groin. Groin cam, coin cam. Oh yeah, for some reason my why is my wheel not it's on the right mode. For some reason the LEDs aren't working in AC, I don't know why. There's a setting in Content Manager to set it. Don't know why it's forgotten it. Maybe if I restart Content Manager. Just waiting here. Just waiting. Why are we demonetizing? Maybe you need to set it in Fanilabs. Well, the problem is my Fanilabs software is not working because I need to update the drivers on the wheelbase to a different driver version, which I can't be bothered to do. Here we go. This is going to be nice and peaceful, as always is with this car on this track. Should be good though. I said Porsche. Other people want Porsche, but I'm happy doing this. I like this car. It's going to be a crash fest though. I'm up for this though. It should be a good race. As long as it's fixed setup, yeah, we're good. You need to make the quali a lot shorter though, Chili. Can you just make the quali like 15 minutes or 10? Can you just make it 10 minutes? Chili dog, can you just make quali 10 minutes? Is that alright? Last race wasn't a crash fest. It was tight. It was a normal Titus race. Well, we've always got some hiccups. It's fine. It's just part of sim racing. Hiccup racing. I think we're changing server settings here. One thing at a time. I don't know what a hunted driver. You might be able to. I'm not sure if it takes your name from Steam though. Hello, Gašper. Ah, there we go. This will be less crashy. Did you like my refresh in there? Refresh. I was like refreshing 100 times. Right, here we go. Porky time. Oh, we're killing it on the like button, guys. Really appreciate it. 135. AC all the way. Soft tyres. Super softs for a few laps here. Let's get a... why have you put it on the mini track, Chile? Chiledog, can you set it to the full track? Chiledog's been drinking. This is not the right track, Chiledog. 15 minutes of this is going to be a right pain in the arse. Chiledog's drunk. Server gods have been on the booze. Tits chilled. Right, let's quit out of this. We need to do the full circuit. Small circuit is ridiculous on this. The small circuit's good with slower cars, but not with this. Give him a chance to change it. Poor Chiledog. Well, the race is 10 minutes. Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. It's all right. We'll do it. Weird how you can drive this car unlike the iRacing version. What do you mean? Me personally? It's because this has tyres on it that work like real world tyres. That's why. And force feedback that actually communicates what the car's doing. It's simple. It's alright, we're good. We're good. 10 minute on this is fine. I just don't want to do like a huge race on this one. Server's filling back up. No, we're fine. This is fine. This is called right-hand turn world. Don't think there are any left-handers on this mini track. I bet that one. That's it. I think a big difference with AC tyre model to iRacing tyre model, and even ACC tyre model, is the once you go over the limit and you're in the slide. So I'll show you an example, especially on braking. So you go over the rears. So there. See that slide? You can still navigate the car whilst it's doing that. It's not like I have to just snap correct it, otherwise I'm just going to rotate off the track. You can actually hold it in a way that's useful, and you can actually get on the power with it as well. Once you're in that state in iRacing, you effectively have to just go with where the slide goes until the grip comes back, which is, you know. So the cars actually, in a general sense, I think the cars actually handle in the same way. It's just that fundamental, what happens once you go over the limit. In AC, it's not a problem. See, this is not a problem in AC. That's fine. But in iRacing, with the old time model, that would have been very on edge. And in my opinion, even when the tyres have gone over like that, you should still be able to... It shouldn't be like as death penalty as it is in iRacing. All right, Gašper, night, man. Although the new tyre model in iRacing is much more similar to this. At least it seems that way. It's still, I don't think the force feedback is still as communicative, but the general nature is a lot more similar. I mean, the thing is... Oh, no! Why have you reset the server? Off he goes. Why have you reset the server? We're never going to get a race at this rate. Oh, Jesus. 18 people were in it. It was fine. Oh, God, here we go. Jesus Christ, Chiledog. This is what happens when the server gods have been drinking. Source jockey. Yeah, well, you know, there's those kind of details. But I mean, to be honest, again, this is a sort of opinion, but I think it's also the truth. If you if the car, like, if you go over the limit in a simulated car, and in that situation, the tyres no longer work at all, or you're like stuck in a kind of passenger slide until it comes back. It's like everything else is kind of moot until that works. It's like I don't know. It's like with Project Cars 2, with the cars that aren't very good in that. You could have like the most advanced underlying tyre model in the world, but if the car is like absolutely totally bonkers rotatey, then it's like, well, yeah, you can have all these other features, but they're kind of moot if the core handling is totally mental. Every second gamer puts down on the track is Senna-like. I think next year I will try and get in a... You can shut it. 19 people already. You what? Yeah, next year I might try and drive like a Radical SR3 or like an F3000 or something. That could be our target for the end of next year. I mean, this year's been pretty good. I got to fly a plane. I'm pretty happy with that. How's it going, Naff Naff? Ah, oh, Paul Wilson. And so the Wilson returns back to the den. Mr. and Mrs. Wilson off to sleep for another night. Night night, Mr. Wilson. Enjoy your cup of tea in bed. Antoine, boring. Boring. I told you we're going to do a BBC Muscle Election Night special. It's going to be amazing. All I would say right now, guys, is remember to register to vote. If you haven't, remember to register to vote. If you're in the UK, just go on the website and register there. Oh, wrong button. It's not. It takes like 2 minutes. So everyone, if you're in the UK, register to vote, register to vote, register to vote, register to vote. Have you got it yet? Register to vote. Ah, yes, bed's awesome. Sleeping's fantastic. Antoine, it's not that simple. And also, boring. Half of UK voted for some arbitrary Brexit and half didn't. So it's not that simple at all. And also, if you were to run another referendum, probably less than half would vote for it now anyway. So no, boring, boring. Stop saying boring things. I'm bored of it. What's not boring is registering to vote. December 12th. But you need to register to vote by the 27th of November, I think, or just vote, register to vote like this week. That's a start single racer. It's just part of shader patch. It's because it's just replicating the TV screen. It's to save on having to render a mirror again. Why are you typing in capitals? Stop being boring, guys. Jesus Christ. Register to vote and stop being boring. Well, yeah, I mean, to be honest, if you actually care about the environment, Labour's a good vote for the environment. If you actually look at their mandate, the policies, and they're more likely to get into the Green Party. I mean, I could see the appeal of voting for the Green Party. I would definitely vote for them in the past, but they're not going to get in. So if you actually care about the environment, which is probably a main reason to vote for the Green Party, then Labour's a better option in that regard. You can vote for yourself. It costs like £300 to register yourself as a candidate, and then you could vote for yourself. Well, that's fair enough, Poods, but the reality of the British political system is that you either have to vote Conservative, Labour or Lib Dem, depending on where you are and which vote would actually get someone into government in general. I mean, I guess in a general election, it does make sense voting for more fringe candidates because you're like increasing their numbers so they know what they're doing is worthwhile, and it does have an effect. But in this specific election, where there's a lot on the line, and you actually genuinely have an actual left government versus an actual far right government, then basically it really is just a choice between effectively Labour and Conservative. But if you're in a place where it's Conservative Lib Dem, then you're choosing between Conservative and Lib Dem. Yeah, our whole electoral system is totally broken. So that's just the reality. That's what I'm just saying. That's just the reality of it. The main thing is to register to vote, though. Because a lot of people don't. And this, see, I haven't. I didn't vote in a lot of previous elections because there wasn't really much point. Unless you were voting for like an actual fringe party. But this general election actually does, you are actually voting for different things. I think so. Totally, Poods. I would go so far as to say that in a roundabout way, the Lib Dems are actually responsible for the whole Brexit situation by the fact that they joined the Conservatives. So it's kind of ironic that Lib Dems are total Remain party, given that their party historically are the ones that effectively allowed the Conservatives to cause the situation that they have now. in a sort of general approach. No, race with Chase. That's why you have a. I don't know. It's different in the States. You have like a Senate and it's a different structure in the UK with the way Parliament works. Hello. Yeah, anyone could join. I in the past I would have been a Lib Dem voter, primarily, like, sort of 2000s, prior to 2000s, I would have been way more Lib Dem. But basically, Lib Dems now are effectively disingenuous neoliberal conservatives. So, which if you want to vote for that, fair enough. But at least you need to know what you're voting for, you know. Should I go for Slick Softs here? So this is the thing, like, Conservatives are basically far right now, Boris Johnson Conservatives. They were more moderate under David Cameron. Now they're basically a far right Conservative party. Labour are left, but if you're to compare Labour to, like, European governments, they're actually pretty moderate left. They're not like far left, but the far right and the Conservatives and the press have labelled the Labour as being like 1940s communists as a way to try and undermine them. They're clearly not. Like, if you do the research on it and actually look into it, Labour are more moderate than many European left governments. So this is what's weird. If you actually, you know, I'm going to go with this. We should be good. That's. Oh, Christ. Go. Almost missed start there. No, demonstrably, Dom. That's not a subjective viewpoint. The Conservatives are further right now under Boris, and they were sort of a mixture of a moderate right and far right, but mostly moderate right under David Cameron. That's why loads of Conservatives have left the Conservative Party. It's too right-wing for them. In the same way, a lot of people have left the Labour Party because it's for too left-wing for them. There's been an actual genuine shake-up in the parties. Here we go. We're off for racing here. Boring. Yeah, but so basically, Tony Blair and David Cameron and it was before David Cameron, I forget the names, were all effectively neoliberal, fundamentally neoliberal parties, but the Labour Party would invest more in social stuff, and the Conservative Party would effectively, well, not invest in anything public. It'd be more like private enterprise for whoever they're friends with. But they were both fundamentally neoliberal, whereas the Corbyn Labour Party is not neoliberal. That's the big change. Lib Dems are neoliberal now, and I don't know what. I don't think you could describe current Conservatives as neoliberal. I don't know what you describe them as. I wouldn't know the term off the top of my head. Maybe batshit mental would probably. Well, come on. Anyway, boring. Remember to register to vote. Boring. I've got to get that logo on the screen. All right, Nipper R. Tell me, explain where I'm wrong. Type out where we're wrong there. No, I'm sure there are still lots of neoliberals in Corbyn government, but on balance, I think it's much less than historically. In the same way that there's still much more in the Conservative Party. There's still moderate Conservatives as well. Whoa, come on! Order! Order! Thanks for subscribing. Really appreciate that. Look at this grass, guys. Worth. Nice one, Jack. Yeah, I think it's good to get people. So this is one of the big things with what I think is a real positive of Brexit. Is I think it's actually engaged a lot of people with politics that otherwise just would be disinterested in it. So I know it's really annoying, like it is frustrating and Parliament's stupid on all sides, but it has at least, just due to the sort of confrontational nature of it, it has got more people interested in and engaged with politics, whereas before people were utterly apathetic. So that is a positive, I think. I follow American politics a bit, but I don't fully understand the way that the system fully operates in America with your sort of Senate and your president. I mean, I think one of the big differences in the UK compared to America is that in America the president actually has a lot more power than the British Prime Minister does. So in America, the president can push through a lot of stuff. They still get confrontation and they have to get it through votes and things, but they can push through things kind of like unilaterally. Whereas in the UK, vast majority of things I think have to, like Parliament has to pass it, and then it has to be passed by the House of Lords. But the Prime Minister in the UK, I don't think has near as much power, even in a relative sense, that the president has in America. We're in 5th place here. Owen Deneen in 4th. Dom's in 3rd. Totally in 2nd. Whoa, he's made a huge error. Owen Deneen has gone. Well, so this is the thing that I think a lot of people don't understand about the UK. A lot of even British people don't understand it. Is that, I mean, the political system's flawed, which is fine. I think most people agree with that. But if you're to just recognise the current political system in the UK, in the sense of Parliament, it seems that a lot of people, especially people on the Brexit side, people voting Leave, seem confused of how the function of Parliament and the whole point of Parliament is that it's not like one party can just say, right, we're doing this, and then it happens. The whole point is that you have all these different people on left, right, whatever, and then they vote, and then whoever wins the vote in Parliament, that's parliamentary democracy, then passes what goes through. It seems that a lot of people on the Leave side are like, oh, we want democracy, we believe in democracy and power, which is fine, I totally agree with that, but then they were totally ignorant of the democracy that the UK operates under. So it's like, well, and I didn't hear them crying a huge outrage from those people specifically wanting political reform prior to Brexit, so Parliament's actually working. It's very frustrating but it's actually working how it's designed to work. It seems to be bemusing to people. Like Bercow, there are always people attacking Bercow for being like, oh, you know, he's obstructing Parliament. It's like, no, he's left now, but he was specifically, Bercow was specifically allowing Parliament to function how it's supposed to function, in that you have people who have been elected that then vote to represent their constituencies or represent things from the best of their knowledge, because they probably know better than their constituencies because they're actually presumably closer to the issue. So it is very strange. The whole thing's very weird. I don't know. So with the American system, I'm not quite sure how it works with the votes in the Senate and stuff, and how that divides up. I just know the president has more power than the Prime Minister. Congress can cancel an executive order. Yeah, so they can veto stuff, but isn't there like a limit? Bercow was bent and paid by... No, he wasn't. Where are you getting that from? Are you reading The Sun? That's just not true. That's just not true. First of all, don't say anything bad about Bercow. He's a legend. See, this thing is, right, I'm not pro-EU. I'm actually relatively anti-EU governance. I'm all for EU countries. I'm all for freedom of movement. I'm all for, like, workers' rights and everything. But I'm not for many aspects of the actual current EU sort of setup, that governance aspect of it, because I believe in more localised democracy, personally speaking. But if you think Bercow is part of like some EU conspiracy and not just an absolute godlike legend, then I'm sorry, you've been brainwashed. Bercow is awesome. Also, Bercow's like, arguably, he was conservative. He's kind of moved more left through his career in general, arguably. But he's about as straight down the middle as you could get. Everyone in Parliament hates Bercow because he's like perfect as Speaker. Deal with the Bercow, man. Order! Boring. Hey, Erwin. No, we're just having a nice discussion here. Order! No, it's cool. I've decided, like... he's impartial in the sense that he's doing Parliament by the rule books. What specific thing would you pull out what thing would you pull out that you think, oh, he's done that's against Parliament rules? Or that just because Bercow has enacted something or followed the process that's against what you personally want doesn't mean he's like he's just following the process. I don't think people just don't understand how Parliament works. It's like, oh, wow, that was awesome. 4th place, Bercow battle. Ah, the kind of face. Nice driving by one there. Okay, can we do the same car again? I know people are going to complain about that, but can we do the same car again, Chili? But at like Mugello would be awesome. That'd be really good fun. Because I was just getting used to the car there. Well done, Josh, for winning that. Totally in his 2nd, Dom GTR 3rd. We're in 4th. Yeah, it was good fun race, that. I was enjoying the racing whilst talking about Parliament structure. My little understanding of it. Bercow was the epitome of impartiality. Right? How are you backing that up? Well, you're just saying that, but in what sense? Where are you getting that from? It's really weird because, like, you might not like him and what he was doing in Parliament previously, but it's just a really weird viewpoint to take. It doesn't make sense. Also, if you're just if you're typing something like, "Oh, this person's totally impartial in totality," you need to like back it up. So when I personally say, "Oh, you know, the Conservatives are bad for your average person in the UK," I can factually back that up by the history of the Conservative Party, by the increase of homelessness, by the by austerity, which has been proven to not be effective. It's not a made-up statement. And also the fact that I can say if you earn over 100,000 a year, have a couple of properties, then it probably is in your best interest, if you don't care about your community, to vote Conservative. You'll probably save more money. So that's not a biased thing. That's just the factual statements. Oh, you were being Larry B. You were saying he is impartial. I thought you were saying the opposite. Oh, here we go, Magello. Nice one. Oh, Izzie! Oh, Izzie's earned over 100. Oh, he's got to vote Conservative. Guess who's joined the chat, guys? The troll train.
Find the gap between the train and the platform.
Well, I'll say it again, because a lot of people seem confused. Boring. I know this is boring. Boring. A lot of people seem confused on the... So there's this... Some people are like, oh, let's get Brexit done, which I understand the sentiment, but we're geographically very close, if you hadn't noticed, to Europe. So there's no getting it done. If when you pursue it, it's going to be literally decades of constant debate and argument in Parliament over which laws to pass for which reasons to... You know, there'll be... So say you go with Boris deal, that this worse than Theresa May's deal, and probably worse than actually just staying in the EU. If say you go with that, then following on from that, you will then have debates on continuing the different components of what's involved to sustain that. So look forward to the debates with Northern Ireland. Look forwards to dissident groups potentially getting a bit pissed off. You think it's bad now? It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. It doesn't like satisfyingly clear up. I'm voting for Izzie. Yes, broken wheels. Poods, it's because you're never going to actually be independent in a sense that I think you would be happy with, or I think that what a lot of Brexiteer type people are looking for or would want. But because for the only way for the only two scenarios where an actual total no-deal Brexit would actually be beneficial and work out would be if UK was essentially like America in its state in the world at the moment and economic size and power, or if the UK literally went well, three scenarios. They could be in the state that America is. They essentially turn the UK into a tax haven, like an ultra tax haven, like sort of principality type, total tax haven, Singapore type scenario. So, because obviously we're not in the economic state as America, the UK isn't anyway, so that's a moot point. So, total tax haven scenario, that could possibly work for a minority of people. Or the third one is that the UK went full-on absolute left, like maximum left, which would really upset a lot of people and probably upset a lot of the Brexit people. So that's it. So most people that would want like a hard Brexit, like the only tenable solution would be for UK to become a total tax haven, which is going to be really less beneficial on a day-to-day life level for most of the people that are voting that voted for Brexit. So I mean, those are the three choices. Again, I don't know why this isn't spelled out in the papers. Britain's not an empire anymore, so that doesn't exist. A lot of people still think it does. If Britain becomes a super tax haven, that could work, but you aren't going to benefit. Like, a very small percentage of people in the UK will benefit. Most people get fucked, so deal with that. And what is the chance of a full-on, total left, more left than Corbyn government actually getting in? That's not going to happen. So goodbye, Britain being Norway. That's not going to happen. So I don't know what's going on in people's heads. I don't know what's going on. I think it'll be a hung parliament this election. I will move all the immigrants to Middlesbrough. I like Middlesbrough. Stop dissing it. I'm stuck on the important tire details page here. Children and Men. It's a good film, that, actually. Well, overrated. Never good. Poos, that applies to all voters, to be honest. A lot of, in general, a lot of voters just don't actually pay attention to anything. And again, that was the same with the Brexit vote. I spoke to a lot of people that they hadn't actually thought about it or researched it, yet they were totally willing to vote stay or leave. Like they hadn't actually done any tangible research. It's just a gut feeling thing, and that's part of it. That's another issue with democracy. But you know, I guess people would argue it might be a necessary evil, but I guess that probably lies on a flaw with the education system, which you could probably blame the Conservatives for underfunding education and not approaching it correctly. Yeah, hung Parliament is just the most likely scenario, especially. So what's weird is, what's really strange is we had like if the like Nigel Farage and other Brexit Party or pure Brexit groups just said they would stand aside, and the Conservatives offered Nigel Farage a peerage, I believe. The Conservatives are so desperate, they're like, please do it. And even then, Farage was like, no. And I think that's because Nigel Farage is just doing it. He's just in it for his own personal career thing. I don't think he actually cares about Brexit or anything. You know, it's just his own personal benefit. It's a game for him. So, but if they had actually joined the Conservatives, then I think you would have likely have had the Conservatives benefiting from this general election. But because they weirdly are staying separate, it gets a bit strange. But then you can also, this is what's interesting with the Lib Dems not willing to work with the Labour Party. So again, that fragments the Remain vote or the non-Brexit vote. It's all rather weird. Yeah, well, that's is it. A lot of the entrenched Conservatives were saying it was really weird for the Conservative Party to actually run an election, and apparently it was just like Boris was just. It was kind of. What was it? Someone wanted to audit something, or someone was asking questions about something, and Boris was using the election as a way to close down Parliament. That was one argument. But there was a lot of Conservatives saying that it was rather strange to actually go for an election from a sort of prime ministerial strategic standpoint. But who knows? Either way, we us plebs at the bottom all lose out. So. Stuart, what do the people want? What do the people want, Stuart? because you just type that out. I'm going to put that in the boring column. You've just typed something out there that doesn't in and of itself mean anything, which people seem very happy to be doing recently. So please, actually, you haven't made a point. You can't have a conversation on this. People need to type stuff that's actually coherent. Okay, so you're making an argument based off the result of the referendum, and you're saying that of the 4% majority, off a referendum that has been shown to be, that would, if it was a binding referendum, would have legally been classed as an illegal referendum. So I don't think saying that, basing an argument purely off a 4% lead in a previous referendum, is necessarily strong enough to say that is what the people want. But again, it's only 54% of the country. That's not the whole country. Yeah, 4% in an illegal, effectively an illegal referendum. So it's a, you know, I don't think it's a particularly strong argument. I'm not saying the referendum result is invalid. Well, actually, I am. Now we know it's illegal, or would have been deemed illegal. But as a way to move forwards with stuff, I don't think it's a particularly productive way of arguing to move forwards, if that makes sense. I missed the breakpoint there. Too much push. Yeah, that's the thing. And also, that is 3 years ago. And if you were to hold another referendum now, I wouldn't be surprised. I think the data would show that you'd probably end up with Remain probably winning, but if not, you'd probably still end up with something very similar in actual numbers for Leave and Remain. So that's kind of highlights the issue with referenda in general, in that you can't. It's very hard to break down a very complicated issue into two options without causing a total mess. Also, right, you know all these people that are really passionately anti-EU? Again, keep in mind, guys, I'm not pro-EU myself. Aspects of the structure, I'm pro countries working together. I'm pro freedom of movement. I'm very liberal. I'm very left in many ways, but I'm not pro aspects of the current EU structure and the banking aspect of EU. Keep that in mind. But why is it now all of a sudden that there are these people that are so passionately anti-EU? It's rather strange, isn't it? When they obviously did not care. Like, none of the people I knew growing up with at school, none of them ever talked about the EU in a positive or negative way. They didn't care. But apparently now, it's the only thing that matters. Weird, that. It's funny how narratives are shaped by general media. I don't think, Jamie, I don't even think it is racism. Yeah, Euroscepticism has been around for ages, but I just mean in terms of like the vocal nature of it and the nature of the arguments. Don't worry, Antoine. They're not teaching any valuable politics in UK schools. Education system is totally messed up. the thing is, if someone's going to complain about the EU, that should be secondary to them complaining about austerity and the bank bailout for the 2008 crisis. Like, on the scale of issues that really should be on people's minds, problems with the EU structure is like 10th on the list. But it's like, because people haven't actually looked into the issues that apply to them and what really actually tangibly matters, then they're not really talking about those things. They just talk about what the papers, not papers, but the media push out as a contentious issue. And so people getting really riled up on these, being like, oh, this means this means that. They're not actually saying anything. No, so Jamie, I would break that down in a... Like, so it's very convenient to just say, oh, people vote for something because they're racist. The thing is, I think inherently all humans are racist in the sense that everyone naturally is distrusting of the unfamiliar. And because of that, it's for political gain, you can leverage that to get political momentum, or you can leverage that as a business to get capital momentum. So it's not that people are racist in the sense that they hate coloured people, or they hate Jews, or they hate Muslims, or they hate Islam's not a race, but you know, it's not. I don't think people are racist in that sense. I think what it is that you sort of create, politicians leverage the vulnerability that people have to not liking things that are unfamiliar, and the lack of critical thinking that people inherently have for the things that are unfamiliar, and politicians leverage that to gain an advantage. So I think that's the rounded way of looking at it, rather than it being a case of, oh, people are just racist. If you see what I mean. Boring! Right, we're good here. We're getting the fuel right. This should be a good race. Tom, the density in here, we're going to get destroyed. Well, so the immigration argument's been all like messed up, because most people, when you actually talk to people and ask them about immigration, most people aren't actually anti-immigration. It's really weird. Like, they're Mike Summerfield, boring. Thanks, Mike. I'm sorry, man. Oh, there's a haunted yellow car. I find this is an interesting conversation. Oh, you definitely will get racists that latch onto these things, obviously. As there are people that are genuinely racist, and a good number of them. Go for softs for the race here. I know we go for me.
Vote for me to throw everyone in the Sarlacc pit.
Yes, is he for Sarlacc pit president? Hi mate, just arrived and you're live, and what the fuck's in racist in politics? Come on and drive. We're racing here. Rico Gov. Sarlacc pit. Apparently it takes thousands of years to be digested. That's why it's such a bad punishment. Yeah, so with the immigration thing, most people, when you ask them about it, you're like, oh, do you like Polish, Chinese nurses or whatever, you know? And most people are like, oh no, they're fine. That's fine. And you're like, or like European immigrants, most people are like, oh, okay, yeah, that's all right. Do you like people picking all the fruit and veg? Oh no, that's all right. They'll be like, oh, we just don't like these. I guess there's a lot of, when it comes to the immigration thing, there's a lot of people that don't like Eastern Europeans or people from like Far East, but they're not. It's not easy to come into the country as someone from the Far East anyway, and the whole Brexit thing isn't actually going to. If anything, if we had a hard Brexit and the whole tax haven situation, there's going to be a lot more Asians coming into the UK, because that would be the most profitable thing to do. Alex Butcher, should you pull the trigger on a Fanatec wheel? If you use my Fanatec affiliate link, you should buy 5 of them, obviously. But I would say only if you're doubting it, probably not. I'd only buy an expensive force feedback wheel if you can afford it. Don't use a credit card, and don't think it's going to like miraculously make your sim racing amazing. I mean, for me, it makes it a lot more enjoyable, but you can get pretty much all the enjoyment from sim racing from a G25. So only buy expensive sim racing equipment if you actually have enough money to buy it. It's not going to affect you financially, because sim racing equipment is a very silly thing to buy. Chiledog is off to bed. His wife's called him. For Izzie, you'll stand for Education Secretary. Well, I've already said, if we have a Game of Muscle political party, Mike Summerfield can be there as the moderator, getting angry. We'll just have Mike Summerfield at the front of the party. We've had a Game of Muscle election, and Mike Summerfield's the Prime Minister, because he doesn't want to be, so he's the perfect Prime Minister. And then... I'm the Environmental Secretary, and as my enacted policy, no one's allowed to go outside. Everyone has to work from home, from sim rigs.
Vote for Izzie. He'll stand for
Everyone
Education
has to type for
Secretary.
direct drive wheels. And don't worry about the cost of direct drive wheels. Everybody in the... If you vote Game of Muscle in, the Game of Muscle party, we all get... everyone gets a DD wheel. State DD wheel. Ironically, we could give everyone Fanatec DD wheels, so it'd be kind of like how it is in Britain now, where our transport system is all German. Only it'd be DD wheels. Hello, Larry B. Hang on, I wonder who in Parliament actually has a sim rig. Do you think there's anyone in Parliament with a driving simulator? There must be one person in the entirety of Parliament that has like a G25. I mean, they must at least have played GT Sport with a G20, G29 or something. There's got to be one person in Parliament with a sim rig, or maybe a wheel stand pro. Hey, Otis B. Driftwood. Burkow, wow, I wouldn't be surprised. He's a ledge. Burkow would have a DD wheel and a full motion rig. Nah, Jacob Rees-Mogg's just smoking a pipe all day long. He'd have to have a recumbent sim rig. Yeah, motorsport's still quite a niche in the UK. Like, there's a lot of people that just aren't aware of motorsports at all in the UK, even though that's the sort of home ground for it. Antoine is the... Antoine can work for MI6. Recommend you a headset. It depends how much you want to spend. Are you just looking for like the cheapest thing that works? Then do you know what your IPD is? Because if your IPD is within the range for the Rift S, then that's like the best cheaper option that just generally just works, and it's super convenient. So I'd probably just go with that, to be honest. I mean, I would otherwise say the quest and using stuff, and then you have to use like you have to set it up in things and other cable stuff, and it's not that comfortable. So yeah, it's just a case of how much you want to spend. I mean, you could buy an index with just one lighthouse, but that's going to still cost you a fair bit. So maybe a Rift S is probably the simplest, as long as your IPD works with it. No, don't get a second-hand Rift. It's really a bad idea to get one of them, because the cables, they're not replacing them, and the quality of the screen's just not good enough on the Rift, the original Rift, and you have to use the tracking cameras. I mean, it's fine if you've already got it, it's okay, but you're just better off. You're much better off just getting a Rift S now if you were going to get a headset, even if you spend an extra £100 or something. Well, the thing with the mixed reality headsets, I've not used them, but what I found with the Rift, specifically for driving and flight simulators, is the asynchronous spacewalk technology is by far the best. It's even better than the Index, and I imagine it's better than the whatever Microsoft are using. And you have the thing that the Rift is like natively supported as sort of a de facto headset, like the same way as Steam VR is. So again, for driving sims are very demanding games, the Rift S really stands out in that regard. It really just comes down to IPD. As long as your IPD works, on balance, the Rift S is going to be the cheapest, general, easiest to use, most likely to run well, most convenient solution. I think I probably do, Beast. Ryan Thomas runs wide there. Seven minutes left here. We're closing the gap. We're moving forward slowly but surely. Guys, if you want to, feel free to click the like button. We're on 168 likes. We're 1 hour, 48 minutes into this stream. If we get to 200 likes, that is 200 likes per hour, which is phenomenal. Especially as we add a little bit of politics talk. That normally brings in the dislikes. 6 of them. Not too bad. I just have an Amazon affiliate link for UK and America. Should be underneath. I'd actually probably recommend buying from Amazon, because then if it doesn't work, you can return it easily. I mean, Oculus are really good for support in general. So 181, moving on up. What's my take on fracking? It shouldn't be done. It's not profitable. Well, it's profitable for a minority of people directly involved in it. It's stupid. You don't need to do it. The money that you'd spend on setting up and doing fracking should be spent on various forms of renewable energies. All the evidence seems to support that fracking has a lot of unwanted results, effects and stuff, like accidental chemical leaks, accidental earthquakes. Jamie, why aren't you sim racing, Jamie? Didn't you have said you had an operation or something? Your legs fell off. Can't remember what it was. Stick your face close to the live stream and pretend that you're driving, just like the real thing. Opinion on F1? What are you asking for my opinions on things? I think it's really good. I think it's the new F1 regs will be a nice step in the right direction. Oh, you're skint. Why haven't you got a wheel? I thought you had a... Did you have to sell your PC or something? Can we set up a GoFundMe for Jamie McEwen? I'm getting back in the sim ring. Yeah, the new F1 regs are good. Like anything that breaks up the dirty air behind the cars and changes F1 drastically is really good, because F1's been atrocious since 2007 when it comes to actual racing between teams. There's been good racing between maybe the top 2 teams at times on certain tracks, and there's been occasionally good racing between people on the same team in various teams at times on certain tracks, but nothing close to like what you're getting, what we've seen in F2 or IndyCar. And yeah, no, I think it's good. Anything that brings the racing closer will be better for spectators. Yeah, the team budget thing's a huge one. The screen door effect's not too bad by Kieron. It's pretty minimal, to be honest. I mean, you can see it, but it's not really a problem. It's fairly similar to the Index, but obviously has a lower field of view to the Index. That's it. The Rift S just comes down to your IPD, and if your IPD actually fits it. If it does, it's great. If it doesn't, you're screwed. Yeah, quite good. But the thing is, I don't think close racing isn't necessarily what makes racing compelling. Like close racing is good. Like, you want that. But in MotoGP, it's kind of like how indoor cycling works, where a lot of it's about drafting and timing predominantly. Where I think the most compelling thing historically in Formula One is when you have drivers on different teams that are relatively point scoring close, so they're battling for the championship, and then you have a race situation where one of the drivers is quite far back but they're catching up, and then you have maybe like two or so laps of them battling, and then one guy actually overtaking or the other guy moving away. That is the most compelling thing, that pressure where you have 2 people battling it out, or maybe 3, but battling it out for like 2 or 3 laps. That's the most compelling thing for racing. Not that they're battling every single lap and that there's just overtaking and undertaking constantly. That's, if it's inconsequential passing, it's boring. It's that sort of tension of a driver. You know that they're absolutely pushing it and they're absolutely ragging it and driving their car to the absolute limit, and you can see them struggling with their car, and they're catching the car in front that they have to beat to get the championship. That sort of situation is, I think, the gold standard for what makes Formula One compelling. Hello. Ryan Thomas. Boring. I'm in 9th because I didn't qualify too well. Yeah, well, that's it, Larry B. I mean, this is the thing, even in F2, where it's a spec series, you still see how the budgets affect which teams are more or less likely to win outside of the drivers. So, you know, the bigger teams, they're still driving the same chassis, but they've just set the car, they've got a better setup, they're aero buoyant to victory. So even outside of car development, car setup has a huge impact, obviously, as we know from our live streams. Server gods died. There's no more god. ...17 seconds left, final lap here. Huge asset. Mr. Stye with the rounded view there. I don't think that's. I don't think saying that is the most productive approach. You know. No, budget's a problem in go-karting. budget goes all the way through motorsport because the whole thing is like so financial based. Yeah, if you honestly democratise motorsport, or if you made it so that anyone with a median income could afford to do go-karting or could afford to put the children through go-karting, you would probably be able to replace most of the Formula 1 drivers straight away. Like within like, obviously they'd have to travel through the system, but you'd replace them pretty fast. It's like what happened. So with poker, when online poker took off, the online pros very quickly became some of the best real world players. Because there was no like barrier to entry in the sense that they didn't have to go to casinos and stuff, you know, the whole thing. Obviously they got more practice as well, but I think you'd find that with a lot of sim racers. There's probably a good proportion of sim racers that they might not be the top alien sim racers, but they've got the racecraft and the technique from doing so much iRacing or so much whatever, league racing, that if you actually genuinely say they're like 17, but they've already been sim racing on iRacing for like 5 years. If you were to then put them in a go-kart, I mean, someone like Super GT is a good example. Look at someone like Super GT, right? He consistently is really good at go-karting in real life. He with Club 100 and stuff, consistently absolutely smashes it, right? He's fit and healthy. He's really good at the gaming side of it as well, with like GT Sport and everything. Like, if you could have someone like Super GT, and you could say, okay, here you go, F2000. Like, he wouldn't be doing bloody GT Sport, would he? He'd be driving. He'd be in F2 cars, F3 cars. There's no reason why Stephen Boy couldn't be driving in F2 other than finances. That's literally the only reason. I would guarantee that someone like Stephen, Mr. Super GT, if you gave him a year feeder practice, I reckon he would be competitive in F2, probably at least midfield. I guarantee it. That's how. So that's just an example. I mean, and that's someone that's we only know about him because he live streams, and you know, Steve DT. That's it. A lot of younger sim racers absolutely kill it at go-karting in terms of racecraft and technique and stuff, because they've just had way more practice than people that don't do sim racing. Joss with the win there. Ross McFarlane second. Tom the Dentist got destroyed. He's in third place. What an embarrassment for Tom the Dentist. Team Tom losing the sponsorship there. Court Marshall fourth. Dom fifth. Tortellini sixth. Marble seventh. Mike TTC eighth. Ryan Thomas ninth. 10th place represent, guys. Right, we need another server god here. Ah, nice one, Ethanol Gamer. Yeah, well, this is the thing. I don't think Stephen is even in the top 5%. If you were to, like, probably not even the top 10%. If you were to, like, allow anyone to do, like, invest as much time in real world motorsport and do it. But my point is that if you were to put him in against the current grid now in F2, I reckon he would do really well. But it's just finances. I know multiple people, obviously doing live streaming driving sims. I've met tons of real world drivers that were competitive and doing really well. Or they said they were doing that. I could have been lying. But they did events and they won them, but they just had to stop because they just don't have the funding. Because motorsport's just a money pit. It's not really a profitable enterprise. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the apps for sim racing, in terms of hot lap competitions and driving fast in that sense, that's you get more in a different skill set to actual driving and actual racecraft. I think hot lapping is it's a really bad way to find someone that's sort of skilled at driving in totality in the context of racing. Ross, that's weird. What's your air cooling situation on your PC case? Well, that's the saying, isn't it, Erwin? The best way to become a millionaire through motorsport is to start off as a billionaire. Yeah, maybe 83s. A 1080 actually does run quite hot, but I don't know what temperature my 2080 Ti is running at. Generally, you'd probably think around about 70C would be more ideal. You need you need to make sure you've got good airflow in your case. It's probably causing your card to overheat rather than it being the card itself. Or make sure there's no dust on it. Those are common things for your card overheating. I don't know what we can do for a server here. I mean, unless Izzie's live. I think Izzie's passed out. Yeah, well, you have to remember that every single driving game is a different game. Like, obviously, they're all driving games, but they each is a different game. So it's like Call of Duty is a first-person shooter. Counter-Strike Go is a first-person shooter. But they're both different games. So when you get to the top, the top few percentile people in those activities, someone that's amazing at CS:GO is not going to be amazing at Call of Duty. I mean, maybe if you train, you could probably transfer and train them up on either in many regards. But mostly people are going to specialize on each game. And I think the same would be said for driving sims. Like someone that's absolutely amazing at iRacing is probably not going to be to the same level in R Factor 2. Or AC or GT Sport or whatever, because they require different. There's different exploits and approaches to each game. For that gets you that margin for that final 1% or less. Skakil iRacing liveries, possibly, but I don't really play it that much. I mean, maybe if they've updated it a bit, I might try it out again. Oh, if we did our own hosted race, it could be okay, actually. That's a good point. I've only ever done it on their system. It was always rubbish because everyone was crashing. But if we our own hosted session might not be too bad. Can you host a server from Content Manager now? I didn't know you could do that. How do you do that? How do you host your own thing from Content Manager? I don't know about these things. When did this happen? How do I do this? Someone tell me how you create a server in Content Manager. Well, I'm going to have a look. Where is it setting? Is it in the shaders patch? Hang on. Press server. Wait, hang on. I'm on settings here. Hang on, I'm on settings. Oh, up here. Ah, okay. How does this work? What ports do you need forwarding? Well, I'll look into this for another time. But if someone else can create a server, I didn't even know we could do that. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll work it out next time I sit down. Next time I have a look into Content Manager. Well, maybe there's a sim racing system race we can take part in. Yeah, we've already got that. It's fine. We've moved on from that. Delay. Streamdelay.com. Guys, click that like button if you enjoy stream delays. Oh, I forgot to remind people we missed 200 likes per hour. Oh, well. It was close. 191 likes. If we can get 206 likes, we're back to 100 likes per hour. So, smash that like button, guys. Oh, you're in South Africa. Nice. Oh, Jim Bob made a server, okay. What's it called? Is it called I Don't Have the Content, the server? Yeah, well, that's what I do, Stuart. It's more the switching from server to server. I mean, now I actually have the bandwidth to do it. The main reason we didn't do it in the past was because I didn't have much upload bandwidth because I was on a lower internet tier. But now I'm paying shitloads for internet. So we've got the bandwidth. I don't like the TCR. I don't like front-wheel drive cars. Why is this server's not showing? What have you called it? Also, why on here, right, am I only getting one? Oh, it's because it's they're transferring over to new series. Put Gamer Muscle. Oh, okay, I see. Is it case sensitive as well? Hope everyone's having a nice Sunday night. Caterham Academy. Okay, can you send a link to the thing? Calm down, Ross. Can you mind your language? Children watching at midnight. Can someone post a link to the car in chat so I can download it? Yeah, thanks, Taz. The delay. The old delay on the chat. I'm having a brilliant Sunday. Got the day off to... Oh, nice one, Peas. That's awesome. When you work like a week job, which I have done in the past, and then you get you have the weekend and an extra day, it makes a huge difference. I think we should have more bank holidays, personally. That actually makes a ridiculous difference when you have like a... You wouldn't download a car. When you have a 3-day weekend, because a 2-day weekend, the Friday night you're bollocks from work, and so that's just a normal Friday. You're like, oh god, I'm dying. Saturday is I'm just resting and recovering, and then Sunday night it's like, well, you have to go to bed early because you've got to get up on Monday. So, but when you have one extra day, it means that you've affected. It's almost like gaining 2 extra days. Yeah, you need to search for Gamer Space Muscle. And I need to someone needs to link the mod so we can all download it. Well, what car? I mean, that Caterham's fine. I mean, we could do Mazda MX-5. Something easy would be good for close racing. We haven't done the MX-5 for ages. SGO3 would be good on a larger track, not an Oulton Park. Yeah, I've seen quite a few studies where 4-day week is massively more productive. It probably will depend on industry, but it definitely, I don't see why it wouldn't. I mean, all the evidence, whenever I've looked into it, all the evidence suggests that it makes people are just more happy to work because they're not dead. Surprising that, really. We need a car here, guys. Yeah, nothing ever happens on Monday. But then Well, yeah, because everyone's still bollocks from the week. I mean, the difficulty is if you've ever tried running a business, every minute, especially when you're doing a startup company. But I mean, to be honest, that only really applies to management. Like, if it's a hello Ashminster, if you're running a business with more than like 500 staff or even 200 staff, then in that situation, 3-day weekend I think should be like mandatory. If it's a business where it's like not a part-time type business, and you still got to pay people the same amount of money, but if it's like a, you know, like a normal job where it's a large company, then yeah. But if you're a new business, like I guess if you started the company, then you work as much as you want. So that'd just be the burden of starting a business. I guess you just need the cultural norm to be 3-day weekend, and if someone doesn't want to do that, they still could. But then if you allow it, then all businesses will just say, oh well, we're not doing that. So yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, he's remote managing it. Okay, fair enough. He's just setting it up. Well, that's the other thing. If you in the UK or anywhere like not on the equator, you have the issue of winter being like the daylight hours are so short that you wake up and it's dark and you finish work and it's dark, and so you're not psychologically, people don't, you know, it's not like you're going to do stuff after work. But that's the other thing as well, is it's like if you really want like a good functioning society, you need it so that people can actually have time to do their own things even on a work day. Or if they've got kids, they actually have time to spend time with their kids. But if you don't have kids, you know, you should be like, well, you don't just come back from work and want to die. Well, Jim Bob, can you link the... Why does it not let me join this? Oh, what's this? Password T. Can you link the car and track? Yeah, so that's the thing in the winter. And T in capital letters should be right. That's normally our password. Thanks, Dom, for sorting out the link there for people. Oh, we've only got 5 minutes. Oh, no, it's practice and quality. Fair enough. Put gamer space muscle Quigger. Well, this is the other thing. So with a lot of the games industry, you have games companies that they run the whole business in crunch constantly. So everyone's working overtime. They're not actually getting paid overtime, and it's just expected as the norm. And the only people that benefit from that are the managers of the business, because it means that they specifically set up projects where they know crunch is going to happen, and it's like they don't care, because it's not the management aren't going to feel it, it's the employees who just burn themselves out, and then they employ other people and replace them. So it's just, in the short term, it's beneficial for certain people, but it's not beneficial for the entire workforce. And it's probably not, if you look at, again, specifically games, you look at indie companies where they actually don't run themselves into crunch all the time, like only as literally a very rare thing due to some random issue. Normally I think those games are often ones where they end up being like, you see it in the end product. Yeah, it's all it's all like profiteering off games. They cut. Weirdly, they still make the games make a lot of money, but they like because of the way business works. Every quarter you have to generate more profit, otherwise you failed as a business. And the quickest and easiest way to make sure you've got more profit is to pay your staff less. And you can't pay staff less you can't cut their paychecks generally and get away with it. So instead, you sack people and you make the other people work harder. People are downloading. Stop being boring, Joss. The grass is a little bit long on this track. Eight people have got in. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Click that like button, guys. We're on 204 likes. If we can get to 216, we have maintained 2 hours of 100 likes per hour. You can do it, guys. 16 of you click that like button, and I will become aroused. Like aroused. I'll become as aroused as this track is grassy. Hello, Abby R. Catcherby. Nice icon there. 205. Get ready for Peugeot. We skipped Peugeot. No 206 is here. Straight to 207. $11 people in. Here we go. People are getting in. Begin the arousal. 2:15. We've got to get 16 now. We're off it. We're a couple off, guys. We've got to get 17 now. Before I can push the button. We're close. We're close. 2:16. Oh, come on. So we're 2:17 now, guys. Keep up. just turned into like button begging. Welcome to the like button begging channel. Thanks for clicking the dislike button, guys, as well. Appreciate that. I like the people that are contrarians that have to click the dislike button if I say click the like button. Click the dislike button. Click the dislike button, guys. If you now they're like, oh, I don't know what to do. Viperion, I think they're just I think they're still working on it, but yeah, Red Bull Ring, the grass seems to be the right height. Jackinson Cardine, we did like 2.5, 3 hours of Project Cars 2 earlier, and everyone was complaining, so I had to go back to AC. Just the people whinging. It was a nightmare. It was really hard. Hello, Multipack. Ah, there we go. 2:19, which means, with it being 2 hours and 18 minutes into this stream, that does mean, guys, that does mean only one thing. It means we are now back in the 100 like per hour zone. I need to get that on the screen permanently whilst we're riding 100 likes per hour. AC's got better physics than Project Cars 2. Yeah, Project Cars 2 for me is not really about the physics. It's more about just the quick jumping from track to track and driving random cars, and a lot of people have it, so it's easy to get into. And you know, if I can work out the server listing on AC, then that'd be really good. I'd effectively achieve the same system, but in AC. Is your ring finger longer than the index? No, I don't know how that works. My hands are normal-ish. We've got like bloody hedgerows here. This is like World War II invasion. Normandy. Brexit debater gets. I mean, the thing is, I don't think when I'm talking about politics, I don't think we're particularly unreasonable about it. Like, I'm not. You know, when you're watching, if you're watching like a random YouTube channel and they're talking about politics, they're normally like mental about it. Like, I don't know, they don't tend to talk about it in a rounded way, if that makes sense. I feel like when we talk about politics, I'm generally rounded. I mean, I do say don't vote Conservative. But other than that, like the general aspect of it, I think we're fairly rounded. I guess anyone would say that if it was themselves saying it, so probably not at all. Yeah, I don't. I'll try and take an amusing spin on it as well. This is the thing. I genuinely enjoy if someone in the chat has like a view that's or a political view that's different to mine, but they actually write a justification for it. There's a logical and coherent justification. Then that's really interesting. You know, then you can actually have an interesting discussion. I think that's the thing. Yeah, it looks a bit accurate. Basically, vote for Game of Muscle is all I'm saying. Jesus qualified in first there. Dr. Longmount. Oh no, that's practice. We're not even in quali, guys. Yeah, I got a bit premature there. The music stopped there. Let's get the music back on. Got to keep the music going. There it is. What's going on here? Is this server broken? I am the yellow car. I don't know, Poods. I can't even remember what your arguments were. I don't even remember what happened like 2 seconds ago. When you're live streaming, the whole thing's like a total brain bamboozle. I tell you what, it does. I don't think it's good for your mental health live streaming, because you know, I mean, this is what I see. From my view, this is literally, I'm glancing up and I just see that. So I've got my wheel here, you know. Let's try and get my field of view. So, you know, I've got my, oh, it's not quite the same. There you go. You know, I'm like looking at the game, and then I'm reading the chat room up here and looking at the game, reading the chat room, looking at the game, reading the chat room, driving, glance up, driving, glance up, driving, and then this, I'll just see this. Oh, it's not very clear. You know, just there you go, guys. Just that scrolling up. I have to decipher that whilst driving. See, Poods has made it. That's 2 lines. It's a lot harder to read than a single line message. Look at that. This is like the sim experience. I do it. Look, there we go. Driving. Chat room. Read the message. Johnny 5. Driving. Chat room. Driving. There you go. Do that for 6 hours in a row and don't have mental health issues after it. It's impossible. Live streaming is like mental health simulator. I like GT3 cars, but I don't like ACC's force feedback and handling particularly. So I don't play it. I did try it the other day, like not live streaming. I gave it a good sort of 2 hours, changed loads of settings, tried loads of different force feedback stuff, different car setups. It just I don't like it. Right, let's get a quali lap in here. Hello, counter debate. I do. I just literally wake up and jump in the sim. I actually sleep in my sim rig. When I stop streaming, I just fall asleep here and then wake back up again. I'm not complaining though. I really do. I enjoy. Well, most of the time. Most of the time, I enjoy it. Like, I do enjoy streaming and making YouTube videos. Sometimes I don't feel well and then live stream, and that's not really a good idea. But other than, I still enjoy the streaming, but you know, if you're not feeling well, you're not feeling well. So, yeah, I don't think you can complain if you're like a YouTuber. You can't complain about anything. You know. Gamer Space Muscle. Make sure you've got the track Alton Park installed. And the cars, you might need the, is the MX-5 part of a pack? It's part of the Japan pack, I can't remember. Yeah, no, I mean, we have like tons of like what I really appreciate is we have like 95 channel members now, which is mental. That's 95 people spending £5 a month just to support an idiot in a sim rig, and obviously people donating and all the other people as well, and then they get all the views on videos and stuff from people that are subs. So, you know, it is really appreciated. As I say, but I still hate everyone, so. The only thing worse than a YouTuber is a YouTube watcher. They're the worst. Or, well, actually, no, yellow balloons. Abashi, yeah, anyone can join. Just need to get in the server. Anyone can join. Good times. Password is always T in capital letters. Man, I adjusted my pedals totally spot on earlier. We got it all, I don't know, maybe not 100% perfect, like 99% of the way there. Get yourself a new controller, Poods. Get yourself a G25 second hand. Get eBay. Are you in a country that has eBay? Can't remember where you are. You're in America. If you've got like eBay or Craigslist, put your browser to automatically open eBay with a search for like a Logitech G25 or 27, 28, 29. Oh, there isn't a 28. Logitech G25, 27, 29. Have that as a default thing that opens every time you open your browser. And thanks, Izzie. And then you'll see sometimes I've seen people get G25s for like £30. I've seen T300s go for like under £50 as well. Oh yeah, we should do that then. Also, there's it's worth asking around. You often have people just getting rid of like old wheels when they upgrade to like crazy stuff. They just sometimes get rid of things. That's not the racing line. Got a new G29 for 100. That's pretty good. And then the nice thing is, as I said before, it's, you can normally eBay them if you eBay properly and don't do what people do when they eBay improperly. Like, hello, Samuel de Rio Sibring. Thank you for subscribing and clicking that bell. Appreciate that. If you eBay something, not like put it up for a week and you put a minimum bid on it for like within 10% of what you within like 30% of its retail price, you probably sell it for that amount. It still amazes me that there's a lot of people that with eBay that don't know how to bid well and don't know how to list stuff properly. It's unbelievable that after eBay's from like the 90s, and yet it's unbelievable. Like even that thing, I mean, I've said it before, that if you're buying on eBay and you want to make sure you want to get something as cheap as possible, you wait till the last 5 seconds or 7 seconds, depending on your internet speed and reliability, and then you just put in the absolute most that you're willing to pay for it, and just do that as a single bid. It seems like there's so many people that just don't do that. They like bid things up slowly. It's like, what are you doing? It is a little bit over the top, Erwin, on this track, but I'm sure it'll be dialed in. It's just this is the first version of shader with it. Oh, nice. What amp is it, Poods? I've got a Cambridge Audio amp that I got when I was 18. Still kicking about. You can actually buy the same amp for like £130. It's weird how amps have stayed the same in price. Hello, I picked my butt. Nice job on the name there. 10 out of 10. got to get a better lap here. Jamie, why did you? Why is it in the garage? I'm confused. How did this happen? Oh no! All right, I picked my butt. Have fun with the wife. Try not to pick her butt, unless that's what you're into. But you know, I'm not going to judge your kinks. It's up to you. Eighth place. Oh, God. We'll do better than that. Oh, don't block me. Don't block me. Don't block me. Don't. Come on, man. You just come out of the pits. Thank you. Close. Ah, it's so hard to hook that corner up. That's fair enough, Jamie. I mean, I've got two hi-fi speakers that go with that Cambridge audio amp. And I haven't plugged them in because it wouldn't be fair for my neighbours with the house I'm in now being an attached like Victorian I can hear the neighbours talking, so if I put music on it, I'm sure it's probably annoying when I'm using my projector in the sitting room, but I mean, I guess I could put them in my basement, but even then all the sound just goes through the floor in this building. Well, presumably you're saving money, Jamie. That's the main thing. It's not your fault that the British housing market is totally cocked up. Antoine, I think none of them. I think they'd all fall into a state of depression over how boring Formula 1 cars have gotten. Although, Senna was pretty healthy. Nicky was very surgical and procedural, so maybe Nicky or Senna. Hunt was a drunkard, so Hunt he wouldn't even be competitive now, I doubt. Oh, I've not got enough fuel for another lap. Oh, we can quickly pit, though. Why don't you start live streaming, Jamie? Live stream life. It's a solution to everything. Live stream. Man, I hope you're not getting depressed about it. Bloody dole centre. And just how people are for people on benefits. I found it really depressing. So I hope you're not. You probably are. But don't let it get you down, man. Man, when I was on the dole, it was so depressing. Not because I was on the dole though, it was just because of the job centre and how dumb the people in the job centre were, and then applying for the jobs and how dumb the people running a lot of the jobs were. And then just the system that you have to go through. So yeah, I've got a lot of sympathy for you, Jamie. Worst year or period of my life? I don't know. I've never had anything that... it's never been bad for me, really. To be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had it really that bad. I mean, at the end of the day, if I was like going to be totally homeless, I could have gone to my parents, and I've always done what I wanted to do, even when it meant like when I lived in Middlesbrough, and my first business didn't work out, and I was starting a second business, and I just rented a room in a house, but it was literally like I didn't even have a bed. I just slept on the floor, so it just made that I didn't have to. Well, I still had to worry about money, but I just removed all my responsibilities, financial responsibilities, so I didn't have that much outgoing cost. It wasn't exactly comfortable, and it was Middlesbrough. But, that I personally, I'd rather do that than get myself into a situation where I had something where I possibly wouldn't be able to afford it due to not making enough money. So, I've always been pretty lucky. At the end of the day, if you're not like suffering from a chronic illness that's really painful, and you've maybe not got any other like health issues and stuff, if you have like family to some extent to be able to fall back on, then it's not particularly hard, is it? I think where it's really hard for people is people that are genuinely on their own. So they absolute worst case scenario, like if everything went tits up for them, if you don't have, even if you probably don't think you would ever use them, if you do have parents or like some form of family, like a sister or whatever, or close friends or something, if you're in a situation where you haven't got any of that, that's where I think things are really, really hard. But I mean, I've always had friends and family if I needed it. I don't know if I'd use them, but like I know they're there, so. Right, we failed to improve our lap time here. Middlesbrough Bus Club. I don't know what the bus club is. Whereabouts was it? Oh, no, that's good. Yeah, well, that's awesome, Jamie. I mean, so I did have some... one of my businesses, when it didn't work out, I did have some debt for a bit that I paid off. But it wasn't easy. So, no, that was really stressful, actually. That was really stressful. That was bloody stressful, actually. I just erased it from my mind. So that's what you do, guys. Pro tip, how to be happy. Just anything that bad happens to you or anything that's really sad, just erase it from your mind. That's what I've done. Pro tips. Yeah. So that was pretty bad, but sorted out now. So yeah, I mean that's nice, Jamie, that you paid it up. The debt is the worst. Even if you know you can get on top of it, like even if you know it's not too much for you to be able to handle, that's a really bad. I think that's really bad for your mental health. It's just difficult. Well, no, the thing is, burying your head in the sand is not what you should do. That's how people get more in debt. I'm just saying, like once you've like, if you're addressing something, there's no point dwelling on the trauma that it's caused. I've probably been in there, Merwin. As I said, I went to Teesside University, so I know Teesside really well, and I worked there for like a couple of years. You went to the job centre after graduating with a degree in engineering. They said finding a job in engineering was unrealistic. Would I consider a bar work? Yeah. Job centres are great. I like how if you've got like a degree or you're qualified or you're not like, you're fairly clued up type person, how often that can be a detriment to getting work from the job centre. Because anything you apply for, they're like, well, they know that you're not going to hang around if the economy improves or if you find other work, so they don't want to employ you. Right, here we go. Jocelyn first, Tortellini second, Jesus third, Dom GTR fourth. I don't know how many litres. I don't know what I put on there. If you can see it on the screen now, I'm not sure what it was. 24 litres, I think. Gotta work with coffee. Yeah. No, my grandparents used to live in North Allerton, but I just went to. I did a games course at Teesside. There was only like 3 universities in the UK that were well known for doing games degrees. And sort of also like IT type stuff. So that's why I went to Teesside. I quite like Middlesbrough, to be honest. Like Middlesbrough's centre is like any other place in the UK, really, and the coast is really nice up there, and the countryside's really nice. The parts of Middlesbrough that are horrible are like the council, like the big housing areas on the outskirts. But I actually find Middlesbrough town centre like quite. I don't mind it at all. I find it quite comfortable, to be honest. It's not like a big place, so it's pretty chill. It's not threatening. I mean, you do have like a lot of burglaries, and you do have a lot of people like homeless drug addicts and stuff, and there are fights for bar fights and things, but it's nowhere near as like aggressive as like parts of London where you're like proper stabbing and stuff. I mean, I'm sure it does happen in Middlesbrough. Like, I know people on my course that got stabbed, but just generally. So I found London, Nottingham, Leicester 50-50, but a lot of the cities I'd say are way worse than general Middlesbrough. Not as in terms of general nice places to live, but in terms of being threatening places. I never really mind Middlesbrough that much. I find falling down the stairs quite comfortable. Depends. If you knock yourself out as soon as you hit the ground, then you don't feel anything. You get the warm embrace of death. It's fantastic. It's a much friendlier stabbing. Yeah, I mean, it's a stabbing with a nice northern accent. Can't go wrong. It's like a call centre stabbing. I don't know, maybe it's like a northern thing. I mean, it's like Newcastle. So, Edinburgh, Newcastle, well, actually, parts of Glasgow did feel a little bit dodge. Glasgow's a little bit dodge, but I think it's just a northern thing. There's more of like a warmth to people. And maybe because it's so bloody cold outside, people are more sort of accommodating in a certain way. And if you stay out of bother, I think you're mostly in that scenario you're much better off, whereas I think in London in particular, bother will come and find you is the big difference. And same in Nottingham, like trouble will find you in Nottingham and London. I think other than petty theft and burglaries and your bikes getting stolen and stuff like that, in Middlesbrough, it's more just druggies stealing stuff so they can fund their drug habit rather than proper crazy criminal activity. People are more stabby in the north. Yeah, they'll stab you but phone you an ambulance, you know. Stab you, take your wallet, but phone an ambulance. Whereas in London they'll throw acid in your face, you know, and then they'll just leave you for your face to dissolve. That's the difference. Yeah, so that's it. I know I used to go to Nottingham a lot as a teenager, and it was really... So, put it this way, I could walk around, and I often did, walk around Middlesbrough at like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, whatever. And also on the outskirts, and I would like sneak into industrial buildings. I used to do like urban exploration and stuff, that kind of thing. Totally fine. No, didn't feel that bad. Whereas in Newcastle, there's places where you wouldn't walk around them at night on your own. Like you, even in the city centre. I think that's the difference. Nottingham, not Newcastle. Did I say Newcastle? I meant Nottingham. I think with Newcastle and Middlesbrough, it's not in the city centres. Like it would be like a random housing estate quite far out of the way. I mean, you could probably say that about Leicester partially. Gabermus Lurbeck. Well, a lot of the factories that we would sneak into have been dismantled. They don't exist anymore. They've like totally cleared them out. So in Middlesbrough, there used to be like a whole town area, like across the train track towards where Transporter Bridge is. There was a whole like housing estate and a town hall house building, totally abandoned. They've knocked all that down like years ago now. But you could sneak into all of that. It's really interesting because that wasn't even that old stuff. A lot of the factories were obviously built in like Victorian times or 70s. Yeah, Middlesbrough was really good in the sort of 2007 for urban exploration, like Redcar as well. Not Redcar. Yeah, Redcar, Steatley, desalination, I think it was called, the desalination plant, and there was an old, I don't know if it still exists, but there was like an old stately house in Redcar which you could sneak into, which is really interesting. I probably have to go to bed soon, to be honest, Dark Side. I'm gonna get up to do stuff tomorrow. Yeah, I just don't think you get gangs in the same way in Newcastle. Maybe in Glasgow, but nowhere near the same as you get in London and Nottingham. I didn't do any videos of it. This was like 2007, 2006 was like, because YouTube only started in 2004. I'm in glorious 7th place here. We're pushing. Well, I wouldn't get up at 1 AM. I'd just be up all night. But yeah, no, we'd sneak into. I've got pictures of them somewhere. I'll see if I can put them on a live stream. But yeah, it'd just be a challenge. Because some of the places had like security guards that would be walking around. So it'd be like playing a computer game, sneaking in, just exploring. Played gigs at Redcar. Nice. Yeah, I said well, no. So the trespass laws in the UK are really weird. They're not. It's not a criminal offence. So basically, I don't know what the law's like now, but back then, in theory, you could trespass, and as long as if you don't break entry. So if you find a way into something that's not breaking an entry, so you're not breaking anything to get in, and you're not damaging anything, like you're not breaking down any doors, or you're not unlocking anything or anything like that. So maybe you just climb over a wall, or you sneak through a bit of broken gate or something. As long as nobody tells you to leave, then it's not really a problem. It's only if someone's like actually tells you you're not allowed to be here, you have to leave, or you break something. That's when it's an issue. The UK has really weird laws for these things. It's not like in America where you can literally, if you're trespassing and someone catches you, it's like a criminal offence straight away. I believe. I'm not a lawyer. Don't take my legal voice for face value, but yeah, you press E to whistle at the guards. I think it totally depends. So if it's like it is an offence if you're on like if you go on like a train line or something, that's a criminal offence. It totally depends. As I say, it might have changed now. I'm just saying this is back in day. But I think there's a difference between criminal trespass and trespass. I don't know how it's defined. You'd have to look into it yourself, like the actual law of it. But I know it was like it wasn't as straight cut as you would think. To throw rocks, yeah. You have to throw a bit of meat to the side so the dog doesn't get you. But I wouldn't recommend doing it now. I'm pretty sure the laws have changed, and it's, you know, we've had like weird loads of laws passed that probably make these sort of things a lot less worthwhile the risk. Eastern Europe, I don't know. I've only ever been to Croatia, so I really liked it. It was really nice. I mean, it was weird getting like accosted by people to pay for the outdoor toilet, but whatever. I didn't really mind. I needed the loo. I didn't mind giving them a couple of pence or whatever it was. I didn't do dumpster diving, but I probably would have if it was. If I lived in the States when I was younger, I definitely would have. Yeah. Like I'd specific dumpsters, not like tippy dumpsters. I'd have done it with the ones where you know it's fresh stuff. You don't have to go dumpster diving in the UK though. So if you just, so when I've not had much money, I mean I chat to people that work in the co-op or the Lidls that I live near, and I would just I'd just be friendly with them, and then I'd say, oh, when are you next reducing stuff? Same, I used to live near an Asda, and I'd just say, oh, when are you reducing everything? Or I'd just ask them, can you reduce this even more? And generally, like co-op and stuff, they have to throw out so much food that if it's like a local co-op and you know the people that work there, and they know you're a regular, and they know that you're just a chill person, and you just say to them, oh, when are you getting rid of this, or what, have you got anything that you're getting rid of? And then they'll just tell you, and then they'll normally give it to you for cheaper or even for free sometimes. So you don't have to dumpster dive in the UK. That's a really good pro tip, guys. If you live near an Asda and you don't have much money at all, their reduced food aisle is mental. Especially if you've got a freezer. Nice, Jamie. It's a shame it was a chip shop and not like something healthy. I mean, even now, I do a lot of shopping. I will go to Tesco's and stuff, and I'd always check the reduced food thing, because I just eat anything. For easy to view. Oh, here we go. We've got a graphic for that. And if you're eating the reduced food as well, it's stuff that's probably going to get thrown away. So it's good if you save money. And you're eating different stuff that you might not have initially thought of. It's all good. And you're reducing food waste. Top notch. Why am I just driving around by myself here? Oh, it was a posh fish and chip shop. They didn't serve the fish and chip on newspaper. They served it on high quality print paper. Hello, Galfie. it's Billy Strange. Hello, I'm Billy. I'm British Billy. This is how British Billy talks. He doesn't have a low-pitched voice. He's British Billy. I'm Billy and I went to private school. British Billy, bully on you for being so spiteful to me. Oh, court-martial's made a mistake. Goodbye. Take that. British Billy, running for Parliament. Yip, yip, tiddly-pop, off we go. British Billy. Billy went rowing as part of a private school activity that his parents paid for. Good old British Billy. Ah, hang on. Forget British Billy. Let's have the authentic Billy. There he goes. Thanks for coming along. British Billy went to private school and had his whole life served to him on a plate. British Billy stuck his penis in a pig's head and became Prime Minister. Well done, British Billy. British Billy increased homelessness. Well done, British Billy. British Billy goes to Leicester Square for buggery. Good job, British Billy. Ah, British Billy. And a new character was born. It's not the real Billy, though. That's British Billy. That's Billy Strange's cousin. Drift entry there. Yeah, British Billy's a bastard. The real Billy, though, is alright. What's going on here? Check out Billy Strange Racing, guys. Really good YouTube channel for those of you that like chilled out sim talk. Billy Strange, click on his name, subscribe to his channel. I tell you what, if you like politics on this channel, you'll love Billy Strange's channel. He spends most of his videos talking about American politics. He loves it. Billy loves when he's live streaming for people to come into his chat and start talking about politics. It's one of his definitely what he wants more of in his chat room. I've seen a haggis bird. That's that one-legged bird, isn't it? That you get in Scotland. That's why they have it so much in Scotland. It's that weird one-legged bird that when they cook it, they cut the head off it and they cut the leg off it, and you end up with like a sort of ball-shaped thing, right? Hello, full house. It's a house that's full. A lot of people don't realise that haggis is a one-legged bird. You think it's surprising for something to evolve with just one leg, but it's because birds have wings, so they can wave their wings to balance. That's how that happened. If you think about it, two legs is kind of redundant for birds. Like you notice that flamingos are only ever standing on one leg. Oh, thank you. Thanks for that textbook overtake there. Really appreciate that move. Why is everyone driving off-road there? What is going on? No. It's not. That's not just Billy's. David's enjoy that as well. Oh, nice one. Nice one, Richard. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. Dead. We're still holding off court martial here. Don't know why he's flashing his lights at us like a deranged policeman, but... What have you been up to recently, Billy Strange? Apart from your little streaming videos, what else are you doing? I know, court martial's just been a bully. Oh, God. Yeah, the room's... Mr. Perfini's paying attention to the stream here. That's dedication. He just referenced something from 5 hours ago. Amazing. That's like Game of Muscle religion. Top follower there. Banned stuff. There you go, guys. Billy's just admitted to doing illegal activities live on this channel here. You heard it first. Billy does banned stuff. Oh, Izzie's on the same page. Look at how we both inverted his comment into something negative. Internet trolls unite. The power of troll. It's like what was that kid's cartoon? Where they all put the badges together. Not Power Rangers. What was the environment people? Mr. Greenpeace or whatever his name was. Captain Green. Captain Planet, that's it. Captain Planet. I was getting there. It took a while. The kids have to summon Captain Planet. I'm so good at trolling, I've turned it into a job. I've managed to get so good at trolling that people voluntarily subscribe and they think they're getting entertainment, but actually I'm just wasting their time. It's genius. That's total next level trolling. I've taken it to a new level. Captain Underpants. Yellow car. If he's going to toy with me, I'll toy with him. He's going to take me out when he catches up. I had to do it. He took me out earlier. Goodbye, court martial. Muscle policeman. I thought it was a textbook takedown. I was avenging my death. I was being a yellow car. Look. Beautiful. Aerosol. You've killed that man. It was a racing incident. He's going to try and catch us, but I don't think he has the ability. I've got a get out of jail free card. It's fine. You can't impeach me. I'm in a yellow car. Unimpeachable. $2,000 is 200 when you pass go. So you get 2,000 when you play the American Monopoly. I don't know, Antoine. I don't work for Fanatec. I just have an affiliate link. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, no. I knew it. I knew it. Oh, recovered. I'm still in front. I'm still in front. Goodbye, court martial. Oh, no. I've been orange card. Back on the track here. Oh, God, he's still behind. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Oh, dear. Oh, we've escaped. We've escaped the court-martial. Yeah, I don't work for them. They just pay me. They just pay me from the affiliate link. I'm not employed by Fanatec. I'm just the unofficial British affiliate link representative. This is the new Wreckfest. Oh, Christ. Yes! Court-martialed! Oh, no! No! Come on, no! Come on, go, 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 go! Tortellini, don't take us out. Oh, what a move on court-martial. Oh, he's caught back up. Here he comes again. We totally brake-checked him, reverse winkled him there. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Jesus Christ. Well, I guess it's kind of what this has turned into. Have that. Oh, no! What a move by court-martial. Reverses into us there. Welcome to police camera action. That was top 90s TV. Police camera action followed by dun dun dun. This teenager thought it would be funny to steal a Mazda MX-5. Little did he know, but Bedfordshire Police Force were on the case. You can't escape the night vision of the X4 B964 helicopter. They thought they would go for a joyride, but instead they ended up nicked. Police camera action. What a show. Oh, it did not work. You have to time it just right. Recovered. Recovered. Oh, yes. Yes. Final lap. We've taken out all 4 of them. Look at this. Straight up to 5th place. I don't know which helicopter. I couldn't think of one, so I just made up some numbers. Did you notice? Oh, no. Here we go. Here we go. No! I could see it. I knew that was coming. I was such a noob. This is like public server racing. I've been through the public server training, but I'm a bit rusty. Oh, no, 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 no. He can't beat us. He's going to park on the finish line. It's too obvious. Surely he's going to park on the finish line. No, he might not, but I will. Oh, he did! Oh, no! He's... Oh, there's one more lap. There's one more lap. Oh, no, there's another lap. Huge error there, guys. Court-martial's behind us. He thought he'd finish. It's not. Final lap, guys. They thought the race is over, but it's not. It's not over yet. We're still going. Premature ending again. Whoever's in first place is laser beaming it. Sierra Yankee 99. Dun, dun, dun. I used to love that. I guess in America you had cops. But I think police camera action, you know. I've got this. 8th place. Easily done. I mean, if anyone criticises our racing, they couldn't, you know, we've won this unfairly and unsquarely. It's been a nice, easy drive. Guys, how are we doing on the like button there? If you want to give that a tickle, I'd appreciate that. Hey, Cat and Debate. I think we're doing pretty good for likes on this stream. It's only been a short one. Well, it hasn't, because we did 2 other ones beforehand, but... That's what a loser would say, Court Martial. That's what a loser would say. Yeah, they have like an hour-long police chase with a helicopter that costs like $5,000 per minute to keep in the air. Four full-time police officers on the ground. Police car that costs like £200 an hour to run. Oh, that's it. It's over. The youths that stole the car were found guilty and fined £45 and given 4 points on their licence. That will teach them. I think in police camera action they should have just used an Apache and fired missiles at the crims. Some say that's a bit extreme, but I say direct law. Right, guys, I'm going to have to call it night because I need to get prepped for tomorrow. So, killed a woman, run over 4 pensioners, killed a child and a woman. 3 months community service and banned for driving for 12 months. Adolf Hitler invaded Poland, killed millions of people and almost eradicated a race. That'll be 3 months community service and 12 months suspended licence. Dun, dun, dun. On next episode, Pal Pot tried to escape the United Nations, which didn't exist back then, but okay. Oh dear. Right, guys, enough of that. We're done. We're done. That was good fun driving. I had a fun stream. Nice and chill. I enjoyed the power cut especially. That was probably my highlight. Power cut was definitely my moment of the stream. I mean, you guys missed it, but as the power cut off, aliens actually teleported into the basement, and there was a few ghosts as well. I had a conversation with them, and they said, yeah, we've been on Earth all along. Government's been hiding us. And the ghost appeared in front of the aliens and was like, woo, I'm a ghost. And I was like, oh, ghosts exist. He's like, yes, ghosts exist. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And he's like, yes, we've always existed. Woo, but I've got to go now. Woo. And he disappeared. But the power cut. So, unfortunately, I didn't capture it all. So you just have to take my word for it. No probes, no. I did ask them about that, and they just said they're just gay. Turns out aliens are gay. So, but the people that get probed actually ask for it. The aliens don't do it. You know, they're not evil. They're just what they do. All right. I'm going to defend them. So anyway, that's the end of the stream. There. On that note, we've solved all those mysteries. There you go. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for taking part. Aliens always ask for consent. Fact. Okay. Off to the credits, guys. Oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Click the like button one final time.
What is the motive behind this demand? Necessity. Necessity for money. I'm not supplying money for necessities.
Thank you, Mad, for joining the Cult of Muscle. We haven't had anyone join the Cult of Muscle for a while now. I'll add you to the cult list there. The Cult of Muscle. I need to get a new icon on that. We can get some more third eyes in there. Really appreciate that, man. Thank you. On the list he goes. Hey, Brandon. The Americans are all waking up now, and I'm going to bed. Bye-bye, everyone. Cheers, guys. Well, I've got to press the credit button now, actually, so it's not quite ended. Give me a minute. Give me a minute to just get the credits going here. You're joined to be member 100. We're 5 members off. Hey, Brandon. It's always hard to get the last few before we ascend. I think we'll have a firework display. If I get 100 channel members, I'll do a firework display. Izzie for the super chat. Jim Bob, Martin Willow, Samuel Alger Sabrerio. Thank you for subscribing and taking part. Until the next stream, guys. Good night. Have fun. Look after yourselves. And that's it. Credits wrap. There's not enough. Next time we'll credit wrap. We'll credit wrap the names soon. Bye, everyone. Good night. Good night. Goodbye. Discord, Instagram, Twitter, like button. Oh, we're good. Goodbye.